Hi there. I survived a stage 4 cancer at the age of 27, and here are the top 5 symptoms that you should be aware of. Number 1 is the severe fatigue and weakness. You will experience it if you sleep normally 8 hours, but you still do not kind of relax. You still feel exhausted in the morning. It means that something is off. And it doesn't mean that it's cancer necessarily, but it means that something in your body is not functioning properly. So you should be looking for the reason. Why is it so? Especially if you're a young person. Number 2 is the unexplainable sudden weight loss. I've lost about 8 kg over the 6 months period, but I've started, exercising, going up the mountain, changed my diet, etc. So I did not attribute the weight loss to any sort of cancer. But later I lost even more, and during the treatment I lost even more, and it was like a clear sign that something is off. Number 3, swollen lymph nodes in the armpit, neck, or groin areas. So if you have the swollen lymph nodes, it doesn't necessarily mean cancer, but if they kind of come and go and they're kind of painless, you might want to look into it, okay? Because it's a clear sign that something is not okay within the body. So number 4, you might experience cough or chest pain, or you'll see some blood coming out or something like this, because if there is a mass, a tumor in the lungs or elsewhere, then it might actually affect the breathing, and it might cause the cough and stuff like that. And one more symptom is itching. So some people experience it with Hodgkin's lymphoma because of the byproducts of the cancer. So basically, in some cases it's the immune system response. In some cases, just like sort of like allergy or something. So people experience itching that doesn't stop. Like it can be back or the leg or whatever, and it's the result of the cancer in the body. And one more thing, just like for me personally, so I've had quite an elevated level of CRP in the blood test, which means that there was a very high inflammation, but it's not the case for every sort of cancer, okay? I've read and heard that some cancers might get undetected even on the blood test. Like you can see it's a perfectly normal blood test, but then boom. So it's not 100% guarantee, but if there is something wrong with the inflammation marker or some other markers, you might as well want to look into it. And now the most important part. This message is for all the people, but especially young people. The doctors, they might say that you're too young for cancer, okay, and they might want to dismiss you, and they might want to label you as cancerophobic or something else. But if you feel like something is wrong with you, now hear me out. You have to advocate for yourself. If your loved ones are affected by something like this as well, please advocate for them as well. Help them. Go with them. Change the doctor if needed. Look for the reason. If there is something wrong, you are the one responsible, okay? The doctors, unfortunately, they don't have capacity, they don't have energy, they don't have enough time to look into everybody's medical history. It's just not viable for them. And some of them are just not in the right field, I must say. Some of them are very good people, but as I said, they might be just exhausted, overrun by the number of people, and overwhelmed, and just not have capacity to help everyone. So if you experience some issues, you have to look into them, and please advocate for yourself, right? This is what I really this is the message that I want to give these days, because I was dismissed when I had some early like symptoms when I had some lymph nodes here and there, and I was not really feeling good about it. The doctor said, "Oh, it's just nothing," and he referred me to the other doctor, and he checked, and he said, "Yeah, there is nothing," And then 2 years later, I've had this cough and everything. If I connect the dots, it might have started then, or it might have started later. I have no idea because the doctor said there is no way to know when exactly it started. But there is a chance that it started a very long time ago, like two plus years before the diagnosis. And if someone really investigated it, it would have been much better. But unfortunately, I was just like, okay, the doctor said, yeah, there is nothing to worry about. So I was like, okay. But look, if there is something that kind of disturbs you, be it fever, be it weight loss, be it, the fatigue, etc., you have to look for reasons and look for answers. And as I said, if your loved ones are affected, please help them as well. Hear them out, support them. If needed, change the family doctor. Go to another doctor. That's the thing. And just to kind of wrap it up, I appreciate all the support. I've seen so many really kind comments, good wishes, prayers, and this means a lot to me. But I want to do this only to help other people on this path. So if it's detected early, there is a higher chance that the person will survive. So please share this message. I'm not asking you to share the video or anything. Just remember the symptoms, right? And if you have them, just look into them. And if your loved ones have them, look into them. Do not just dismiss them, because like if you're a young person, let's be honest, like if you're a young person and you feel exhausted all the time and you have fatigue, like whatever, you have weight loss, fever, it's not okay. This is something you should understand. So thank you so much for your time, and I wish you good health. But if you find any of these symptoms, it doesn't mean that you 100% have cancer or anything. These are just warning signs. So until you have all the biopsies, CT results, PET-CT, etc., do not freak out. And even if you have something like cancer, you can still fight and win. You can still fight and win. Thank you.